Wan Shanghao, good evening, and welcome to China, the side you don't see. I made a video not too long ago about the underground malls, and it seemed quite popular, so I thought I would make a movie about the malls themselves. And what I decided to do is I will make it in 3 parts, otherwise it was going to run too long. So the first part will be about one of the oldest malls we have in this city. So I'm in Fuzhou, Fujian province, and that will give you a basic layout and idea of how the malls are set up. The second video will be about one of the newest malls I know of in the city, and that will show you how things have changed. And the last video I'll make is of the largest mall we have in this city. So this may or may not be of some interest to you, but hopefully you'll learn something you don't know about China, and as we're walking through I'll give some further explanation about things that you may not have heard before. So currently we are we're not downtown, so to speak. We're in an area called Part1, and there are 3 shopping centres. We will be visiting this shopping centre here. This is called the Rainbow Plaza, the Rainbow department store. Across the road there is another department store nearly the same age as the one we will be visiting. This is Part1 itself. And over here there is a newer plaza, and it's called Suning. You can see it's new, it's beautifully lit up. It might be a bit blurry, but we won't be visiting there because it's not as new as the one we will be going to. But that is quite a nice mall itself. So I'll put you on time lapse and we'll go and start our journey. So I hope you enjoy, and if you haven't, please subscribe, because it doesn't cost you anything, but it might help me out. Okay, let's get going. Okay, we've arrived at one of the many entrances, little side entrance, so let's head on in and take a look. Anyone interested in a Huawei? I don't believe Huawei make cars, do they? Oh no, Antonio, I'm not sure what that is. So I've lived in this city for around 17 years, and during that time this shopping mall itself has had a few facelifts, mainly on the exterior. The interior itself really hasn't changed that much, and you'll see in the later videos the more modern department stores, shopping malls, the layout is quite different. They seem more spacious, more well lit, better use of lighting. But this caters for everyone. This specific mall has like a giant KTV, like karaoke, has big bar, and basically anything you want, you'll find it in here. So during this movie I'll go between normal video and time lapse and try to save a little bit of time. So let's get rocking and rolling. How it's designed is, if you go in here, that has a more traditional department store, so we'll have a look in there last. And if you go in this direction, it has like a layered outer mall. So let's go and have a look what they have. Okay, so there are 5 or 6 levels if you count the basement level. So this is the basement level here. I won't go down there. There's just some bakeries. There's a giant toy shop in there, like it must cover a couple of 1,000 square meters. But as I was saying, you can notice there are a lot of cars. Since EV popped up, you see a lot of these EV car displays now in some of these malls. So I suppose get your name out there, can't hurt. A few more people getting around, out and about. It's been very quiet the last few weeks since China opened up the COVID status. So I'll put you back on time lapse and we'll go up to the next floor. Right, floor 2. So what do we have here? Bit of an amusement parlour. Very loud. Often very loud here in China. If you live in China, get used to it. Especially bars and clubs. Alright, that's actually new. That was a restaurant only about 2 months ago or 3 months ago. And another very interesting thing here in China, well, especially my city, it's forever changing, and it's very quick. You see here this pink wall. That means there's a shop closed and another one opening up. And I can guarantee you, and this is no lie, that if I come back in a week, that will be opened and that will be an established shop, just like that. Seems to be about a week's turnaround is what it takes for them to transition shops. So on this floor seems like basically ladies wear and child's wear, and generally what they'll do is they'll try to put everything together. So they'll have one floor just food, one floor for children, one floor for fashion and things like that. So we'll go back on time lapse and head to the next floor. On the 3rd floor, and this is basically for children, and they have a lot of course, clothes shops for young children. They also have activities, I believe. I'll see if I can find it. On this floor there is like a baby care play area. It's quite popular now that I have these like development activities where they'll try to expand the child's creativity or give them maybe a new experience in life. So I'll venture on down here, put you on time lapse. I'll see if I can find what I was talking about. Now I'll show you something of interest. This is a hair salon. Okay, and just peer in here. You see here, in China, predominantly, or I would say 99% of all hairdressers are male. It's very rare you'll see a female hair salon or a female person that cuts hair. And that's quite strange for me. Coming in Australia, it was the other way around. There you go, that was definitely something you didn't know about China. So we'll keep on heading down here. So it's a bit here and here. Got a couple of kids having fun. That's the way, mate. So what you can do is you can bring your children here, drop them off, have a play. Hey, Lawai, have a play, and you can go shopping. Or a lot of parents, they'll just come here with their children and play, because one thing that is lacking here is outdoor play areas for a lot of children. So they'll come into maybe like a secure environment like this, let their child have some social activity, some other kids. So if we head down there, that's the department store I was talking about when we first came in. But before we get into there, we'll go to the next floor, which I believe is a food floor. Have a look. Alright, we arrived on the 3rd floor, which in most countries would be the 4th floor. Now bear with me because it's probably going to get loud. So what you can hear there is everyone's lining up. It's around dinner time. So now everyone's lining up to get a ticket to go into a restaurant, and they just have this automated service calling out your number. Now one thing you will find if you ever come here is there is an enormous amount of eating options. So this floor and the next floor are designated just for restaurants. And what you will find is there would be, there'd be at least 100 plus restaurants of every type of cuisine you could think of, ranging from Thai, Japanese, Indian, of course you're Chinese, but you'll have Chinese from basically every part of China, all the different ethnicities and regions. and it's just like an endless maze, but I won't walk up and down it. And we'll head in this direction here. I'll give you a look so you can see now, like, actually this is the most people I've actually seen, to be honest. Like I said earlier that there are more people getting out and about, but I haven't seen this many people out for a very, very long time. So maybe everyone's already had COVID and recuperated. You can see everyone's wearing a mask, right? If you have a look, it's not compulsory, you don't need to wear a mask, but everyone's wearing one. Okay, so let me veer on in here. Oh, if you ever come to Fuzhou or China and you see this franchise here, go in and have a meal. It's like spicy sour fish. It doesn't have to be spicy. Oh, it's honestly one of my most favourite restaurants here in Fuzhou. It's delicious, well recommended. So I'll put you on time lapse and we'll head on back out here to the next floor. You know, I wasn't exaggerating. Here, another hair salon. You see? Only males working here. And why that is, what my wife tells me, is hair cutting, or being a hairdresser, is quite a, I wouldn't say a bad job, because that's disrespectful to the people who do it, but not a highly preferable job. And a lot of the men who do that, or people who do that, are people who maybe didn't go to university or failed in their schooling. So again, this is just what my wife has told me. My wife's Chinese, so I'll take her word for it, because she should know China better than I do, even though I've lived here for a large period of time. And I don't think apprenticeships aren't required. What's this place here? Ah, one of them escape rooms. And a very small gymnasium. And it's also very common. Most shopping centres, department stores, you'll see a gymnasium. Okay, so we'll get out of here and we'll go look in the main department store. Now, there's much more to this part of the mall than I've shown you, but it'd be too boring and it's quite repetitive. Just lots of little restaurants, not little restaurants, lots of lanes full of restaurants. There's a bar here, a large KTV as well. KTV is like a karaoke bar. So we want to head in here, over in this direction is the main department store itself. So if you've held in this long, kudos to you, but I can't guarantee it's going to get any more exciting. There, we're back on the first floor, heading into the department store. Now these department stores themselves are very easy to get around in because everything's categorized. So what that means is every floor will be allocated to a certain thing. So generally, for a lot of the large department stores I know, the bottom floor is filled with jewelry. So you can see here, I'm going to buy some gold or a watch. Come in here. And cosmetics. So that's just quite normal for the first floor. So I'll find the escalator and head on up to the next floor. Okay, well it seems actually, as well as jewelry, for this department store, they sell shoes. Now why I really don't like coming to these places is there's usually too much variety. Oh, and it's shocking. I come here with like my wife sometimes. She's the worst shopper, and I feel usually like this little guy here. That's how I feel after shopping with my wife. So I'm a little lost. I need to head up, but I went the wrong direction. So let me turn around and go back to where I came from. All right, we arrived on this second floor. I might see if I can find something that tells me where we are, a little map and what we have. Here we go. Oh, there's a layout if you're interested of the whole place. Second floor, teenage fashion wear, ladies fashion wear, ladies dresses, underwear, casual wear, bedding products, ornaments, glasses and snacks. The first floor where we came from, yes, I was correct. Cosmetics, gold, jewelry, ornaments and watches and footwear. Oh, so I'm not a bad tour guide. So I'll have a quick look here. I'll show you my last video I made. One of the female viewers, she had a go at me for not showing what's in the shops or what people buy. So I won't walk around to every shop, but I'll just give you a quick look if you're interested in that. Now, I'm not familiar with women's fashion brands, but what you'll see, I know a lot of foreign brands, is when you come to these places, they'll have an assortment of imported brands and local brands. And another thing when you come here is don't be shy to ask for a discount or to lower the prices, because even though they have the prices and you might think they're set, actually you can bargain with them. And that really goes the same for everywhere in the world, right? A lot of people, they assume that whatever's written on the price is the price, but that's not true. Okay, another thing you didn't know, here, when you see a number like 5, that means 50% off. So the lower the number, the better here. So it's nearly the opposite, right, to what we have maybe back home or back in your country. So if you do see somewhere that has a number like 1 and you like it, buy it, because you're basically getting 90% off the retail price. So there you go, ladies. No, I didn't show you everything you wanted to see, but I showed you more than my last video. So I'll head up to the next floor, and I think that might be male wear. Another thing, when you're walking around shopping malls, just on the ground, not on the ground floor, but just on the floor itself, you'll see like a pile of clothes bunched together, like a makeshift shop. Always check it out. It means there's a sale on. So if we zoom in there, can we see? Yeah, so you can see 50% off. Quite normal, you'll get 50 to 90% off in those. Very common, you'll see that nearly in every department store you go to. So keep an eye out if you ever come here to go shopping. So we'll venture on. Okay, so that's about it, I think, in regards to the department store. There is another, let me have a look, might be another 1 or 2 levels above us, but I think that might go back up into another, a lot of sales on Chinese New Year. Must be some bargains. That will go back up into the food court style, because it's very normal that the last couple of floors are allocated for food. Rightio, so I'll leave it there, and maybe not the most exciting video, but definitely watch the next video, or watch the end of the next video, because it has something that shows a beautiful part of the city. So hopefully you'll check that out, and if not, thanks for watching, and if you haven't, please subscribe, because why not? It might help me out, but doesn't cost you anything. So if I don't see you again, Xing Nian Kuala, Happy New Year, peace out.